Hi everybody, Dee Dee here today with my second post for Design Memory Craft. I'm very excited to be back, and I'm going to show you how to create the front page of this Pocket Full of Sunshine mini album. You can see here I'll go over some gelatos and gradients. I'm also going to use some glazing medium and a stencil to create a resist. I'm starting here with just the front page of the album, an UmWowStudio stencil. It's a light bulb with rays and some masking tape. I only want the rays today, so I'm using the masking tape to cover up that light bulb middle that it has. I've also secured the edges with some masking tape, and I'm using the Design Memory Craft spatula and the glazing medium, and I'm just scraping it through the holes that are in the stencil that create the rays. They radiate from the center out in kind of a cool square pattern. I use some water and a napkin or a paper towel just to clean my spatula. And then I pull up my stencil and the masking tape. Just give everything a quick rub down so that it's not sticky and full of too much texture. Now I'm going to spend a little bit of time drying my glaze. I'm creating a resist with it, so I definitely want it 100% cured or dry before I move on to the next step. And now I'm using the gelato this is a double scoop gelato, and I'm using it to color in the background. At first I was being very careful not to go over the glazing medium, but I knew that it was going to work. So eventually, as I start blending with my fingers in a circular motion, I actually don't mind covering it up. I'll show you a quick and simple way to get it back off of that glazing medium. Just grab yourself a wet baby wipe. I always have wipes hanging out. And you just run it right across the top of that glazing medium that's already dried in our ray pattern. And if you need to, use the Design Memory Craft foam applicator to add a little bit of color back between the rays where it might accidentally be picked up by that baby wipe. Then I'm just going to try and keep everything clean and avoid cross-contamination. Now I'm using the orange colored gelato, and I will put down the specific names of these. And I've applied it directly to my craft mat and add a little bit of water so that I could splatter it around. Give it a quick heat set here. Now I'm running the same gelato around the edges in a very thin line, and I'm just using my finger to work it into the yellow and to create a gradient from the outside edge in. So first I start on the outside edge and I sweep the orange in with my fingers, and then I clean my hands and I go back to the yellow a little bit and sweep it out from the inside out so that it's a nice even gradient across the whole thing. And now I'm just going to build up some embellishments, and I might play around a little bit, kind of trying to decide what I want. That's a May Arts burlap ribbon, and there's a Prima flower, a vintage paper doily, and a Prima nest there. But I end up not liking the burlap ribbon, and so I grab this crocheted thread ribbon, and I start just dressing it, making it all frayed and delicious, which I adore. Pick up some adhesive and start gluing my pieces down. There goes the ribbon on top of the doily, and just trim the excess off very easily. And then my flower nest combo there right on top. And now I've got a Faber-Castell Pitt pen, and I'm using it to add a little bit of whimsy to the outside edge. It's just a cute little doodle, some swirls and a little bit of dots all the way around the edge. And the Pitt pen is great because it's permanent archival India ink as soon as it dries. And now I'm just kind of testing it out with putting the pages back underneath, and then I put the rings through. I'm kind of deciding exactly what I want to do with the title. I didn't have the idea finished in my head, but then it just hit me that it looks like a Pocket Full of Sunshine mini album, and so I'm using my Dymo label maker right now that spits out actual embossed tape to finish off the album. And I'm going to send it to my little sister. She just had a little baby. He's a month old now, and I thought it would be perfect for her to kind of journal in more Smash album style. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope that I will see you next time. Please don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions. I'm always looking around to answer wherever they might pop up on the Faber-Castell blog, or my blog, or even here on YouTube. Thanks so much for coming to see me, and I hope that you subscribe. Thank you.